Well, in the meantime, let's take a look at a story out of Telkom today. Fixed line operator Telkom has agreed to pay 449 million rand. That's handed down by regulators last year for uncompetitive behaviour. Now, both the Competition Commission and Telkom will withdraw appeals from the Competition Appeal Court. CNBC Africa spoke to Deputy Commissioner Trudy Makaya to find out why the Competition Commission decided to drop its cross appeal.
So when Telkom withdrew its appeal, we decided also not to proceed with the cross appeal because in substance, we had taken the opportunity, we would be in court anyway, to seek clarity on those matters, but overall we're happy to conclude the matter.
You said you were largely satisfied with the outcome of the rulings, but had you not been satisfied, you said there were going to be some issues that you wanted to address. What were those issues? Because
from the tribunal's ruling, it's very clear that Telkom has been found to have engaged in anti-competitive conduct, and they can't go back to doing behaving in that manner. So they can't put into place business strategies that exclude value-added network service providers going forward, and that's very clear. So we have the outcome, right? It's just that the contravention wasn't called what we would call it. So if we thought it was excessive pricing, the tribunal was happy to say no, it's inducement and a refusal to supply an essential facility. So in terms of the core of the conduct, it will cease. It has been found to be illegal. So what would have changed with our cross appeal is that then we would have had a higher court express itself on what actually is excessive pricing, because this has been a very difficult aspect of the law. As you can imagine, different people argue that you need different benchmarks to say a price is excessive. You will need to link it to the economic value of the good, and how do you do that? So in terms of the development of the law, we, and I suppose for the benefit of, everyone in the community, would have needed further clarity on what constitutes excessive pricing and also price discrimination.
You do acknowledge that it is illegal. Should there not be something that the Competition Commission should be doing about this?
In terms of the core issue itself of Telkom excluding these value-added network service providers, it's very clear, even this ruling that we have at the moment, it's very clear that Telkom should not have done that, will not do that going forward. What you call it is a different issue, but the fact that the essence of the conduct should cease, that's been established.
Do you think the amount of 449 million is enough compensation for Telkom abusing its dominance for 5 years in the telecom space?
It's very difficult, I think, sometimes to take a call on a penalty. It is a significant amount of money. 449 million for any business. It's something that you would go back to your managers and say, this is how much we've lost. This is like almost losing a business unit or something. So it's significant in that sense. Of course, people always try to link it to something else. So if you link it to the damage that was caused, is it significant or not? We hope that it's at least enough to send out a message that it doesn't pay to exclude your competitors, and that there would be financial penalty, but also, I suppose, some of the reputational issues that come with having been found to have acted in an illegal manner. So I think it's a vexed debate all over the world as to how high should it be. We do have provision in our law that customers who've actually been harmed by conduct can also take up action and seek damages. It's a very unexplored area of our law. It hasn't really been done so far, but that's another avenue where I suppose the community can express its outrage at such behavior.